It's about to record. What's going on, y'all? You know what type of time it is. Another episode of the BroadWAY Podcast because we provide things from a broad view perspective. And I have a dear friend, Janaye Robinson, as a guest. Yo, y'all, I'm gonna tell you something. I study people from afar, and this woman right here, a kingdom woman, about her business, about her bag, and about her essence. And I'm excited for this podcast because, like, the stuff she shared with me personally when we first connected earlier this week is different. Like, she's really passionate about her business, so she cares for others as well. And the way she moves, the first word pops in my head is consistency. Because what we do frequently is a frequency. And you can just really tell, like, going through the trenches, scaling her business to a six-figure business, really resembles like what it takes, not only with hard work, but what it takes when you're passionate about something you love, and what it takes to be fueled by your passion with your why. And the absence of certain things in her upbringings, potentially even some of her adult life, really fuel the fire of like, okay, nah, if not nobody else in my family to break these chains and create this, financial wealth, it gotta be me. So y'all, take your notes, get your notepads, pens ready, and this is gonna be a great episode, man. So let's get it. I appreciate you. And she's all the way out in Florida.
Yep.
Right? And yeah, dude, let's talk about it. How are you?
Ready. I'm good. I'm so good. Thank you for having me on here. I mean, it's gonna be so good. I feel like every time I talk to you, it's always great conversation. So I feel like it's gonna be really great, and people can take I'm hoping people can take some things away from this for sure.
Yo, yeah, it's gonna be different. Oh, this is so great. It's such a beautiful thing. Like what we do as digital entrepreneurs, what we do as network marketers, we could just talk about it. We also are shifting how social media is presented because there's so much toxicity. But once you go ahead and walk in your light and be a vessel, it's like, nah, you go on your page, it's gonna be this love, abundance, positivity, cut the fluff, let's go get to work, let's make this bag. But at the same time, let's empower, because the more people you help, the bag follows.
Yes, always. It's always like that.
Yeah,
always.
That's just how it is, So, all right, let's dive into it. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
This is one of my favorite questions. Right? Who is Janaye Robinson?
Well, good question. I am a 31-year-old, almost 32. I am a mixed girl from Connecticut who had a very average upbringing, single mom raised me. And honestly, I thought that I was going to be a dancer my whole life. I grew up dancing. I was a dance major in college. I thought I was going to be this big mega performer, move to LA, do all these things. And, that didn't end up happening for me. I ended up getting into fashion, into retail. And that's really where I found myself. I grew as a woman in the retail industry, in the sales industry. And I found my voice there. I realized I'm a natural born leader. I have a passion for developing people. I am a Leo too. So I am very loud. I shine very bright. I'm very outspoken, and I'm just now trying to figure out life as a single 32-year-old woman. So that is who Janaye Robinson is, a little bit of just like my actual who am I. But yeah, I'm someone that I really want to be a role model for women that might have not come up with much And I want to show people that despite your upbringing or despite the challenges that you've had in your life, that you can be whatever you want to be. Because for me, I don't have a degree. And, you know, I always knew I wanted more. And I just think that there's too many women out there that think they're not worthy of having success or having the life they want because of the cards they've been dealt. So I really feel like for me, I'm someone that's here that's going to hopefully show women like, no, you can decide tomorrow that you can change or be a completely different version of yourself and be whatever it is that you truly want to be.
Period.
Mm-hmm. Period.
Yo. Yeah, man, that's what's really, really, this podcast is going to be different. Yeah, this podcast is going to be really, really different because it's like you are literally, here's the thing. Yah, the Most High, he chose you to be on this journey. And then you chose to accept it. Not only just for yourself, though.
Yeah, no. For so many people.
Yeah.
But it's so crazy because I feel like when I got into network marketing, I mean, I feel like my pruning and my, what he was doing started way before network marketing. It was really when I got into retail because I really had to find my confidence, my voice. I had to learn, how to do so many things that now I do in my business. But I never realized when I even said yes to my network marketing company that the only real way to grow is to impact and change other people's lives, Yeah. And I thought about it so what's the word I'm trying to use? I just was so, just tunneled in on making a little bit of money. I didn't really think about what was required in order to really build something. It's all about how many lives you impact. So it's so crazy when you say he chose me to help so many people. Cause I, for the longest was oh, I want to be a millionaire and I want this and I want that. And it's no, the only real way to get that and also feel fulfilled and really make an impact on this world is to help people.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Jim Rohn said it best. Literally, service to many leads to greatness.
Yeah.
I feel that quote's so undermined as well. And keep it buck. What you do, even what we do, it's part of discipleship, man. Because here's the thing. People don't realize it's in the Bible. Wealth is talked about in the Bible. Ecclesiastes 11:2. Give a portion of 7 or either 8. I'm gonna just paraphrase it in case of a natural disaster happens. So the Most High, He wants us to acquire abundance, but like what we were saying before this podcast, He's gonna prune you, purge you, train you in order to be a trusted steward. And we can't get it twisted. It's just the saying is money is the root of all evil. First of all, it doesn't say that in the Bible. That was a man-made doctrine. Let's talk about it. Second of all, the love of money. You see, if the bag has your heart, then you're breaking law. That's a command you're breaking because who should have your heart is Yahushua HaMashiach, the Messiah, the Son of the Most High, and then Yahuwah, the Father. That's what should have your heart. But the thing too, long the Most High has your heart, then you can allow the Most High to lead you because we have the Holy Spirit. Since we're filled with the Holy Spirit, that's Yah's spirit within us. Lesson of grace. You see, dang it. We just done started. Grace is the divine influence upon the word. So you study the word as well. The Most High wants the word to have your heart. Torah, the law has to be in your heart. But the thing too, during the pruning, He's gonna uproot the residue in your heart. So you can be a walking demonstration like his son on this earth. That's why he sent his son to go ahead and gather all the lost sheep, because everybody else didn't want to listen in the beginning in the Old Testament, because everything started in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? And that's why a lot of people even don't realize this, man. Like the Messiah, as this world knows Jesus, but his real name is Yahusha. He was quoting his daddy in the New Testament. You can see patterns. The Bible's full of patterns. He was quoting his daddy from the Old Testament. And you stated, like, I don't speak on behalf of myself. I speak of my Father.
Right.
Hence, he was sent down to the earth to be a messenger. But I yield. So it's a blessing to walk in the identity of being a disciple. And discipleship come in so many different ways. It's like it's beyond the word. It's being of service to people.
Yeah.
And then service and even help people get to the kingdom and raise their awareness of the nature of the Most High and the word. What? Come on, man. You love it so much.
No, 100%. It's so crazy. It really is. It's such a beautiful thing once you realize, though, that that's what we're all here to do. And, you know, life really changes when you change your perspective on it and you realize, oh my gosh, okay, you know, it kind of puts you at so much peace, because you're just like, all right, you know, maybe I'm not getting the things that I want right now, but I know what I have to do. I know that I just have to keep helping people. I know that that's, you know, what I'm supposed to be doing. And, you know, you just have to have faith that it'll always come back around to you. You know what I mean? And it feels so good helping people. That's why I stay in this industry. I love helping people see, you know, their breakthroughs. And then it's a ripple effect too. It's like, you know, it's not just about me helping them. It's about giving them the tools to then go help someone else too, you know?
Yeah. Compound effect. It's crucial. Sheesh. Hey, we're about to get into what she actually does too, by the way, y'all, in a little bit. But I want to, you know, build things up, right? Now we're going to get deep. Ready?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. We're going to talk about self-care.
All right.
Okay. So question for you is, how important is it to you how important is self-care to you? And why do you feel self-care is a vital aspect of our lives?
Okay. So self-care is so important to me. I think, especially if you are someone that runs a business, or you're someone that is around people, or you're a mom or a dad or whoever, you got to pour into your cup first before you can pour into anyone else's cup. So I think, you know, self-care is so important when it comes to all aspects. I mean, just taking care of your mind, your body, your spirit, your soul, your physical, like it is so important. So for me, I don't start my work day until I've poured into myself. So that is an absolute must for me. And then I think, you know, for everybody, it's just, you really have to take care of yourself. I mean, I think like we've seen in older generations, people that don't prioritize self-care. I feel like my parents, you know, luckily they're both very healthy and all is well, but I feel like we've seen enough in the older generation that they didn't really take care of themselves. You know, they didn't really understand the meaning of self-care when it came to their skin, their hair, exercise, reading, like, you know, personal development, their mindset. You know, there's such amazing benefits from really prioritizing self-care. You just show up as a better person for yourself, but for everybody else.
Sheesh.
Yeah. Self-care is like
one.
Like, if that is like all over my calendar, my self-care is scheduled. Like, it is red. Like anywhere where it's self-care, no.
Let's talk about that. What's your day-to-day, like, not only DMOs, but what does self-care look like for Janaye?
Yeah. So I think obviously it's important to wake up and have some sort of self-care before you start your day. So you're not just hitting the ground running, especially with nowadays with social media and being on our phones. It's so easy to wake up and want to just go on your phone, and it's not good for you. And so what I do in the morning is I typically wake up, I have my supplements, you know, a form of self-care. I have my greens, I do my thing, I wash my face, I do my skincare, all self-care. I have a red light for in my room. So I'll usually sit in front of the red light, breathe. Then luckily I have some sun that comes into my place because I have a lot of floor to ceiling windows. So I try to use that almost as like direct sunlight first thing in the morning. Expressing gratitude is a form of self-care for me in the morning. Meditating, breath work, and then listening to a podcast. And if I can squeeze it in the morning, I'll go for a walk while listening to a podcast. So it's also like you can have some self-care things and habit stack them if you need to, depending on your schedule. But for me, and then right after that, I work out and then I start my day. So, that's obviously one thing that this industry has really helped me with is like the fact that I do get to make my own schedule. I really, really prioritize my self-care for as long as I need to before I pour into my day so I can really give my best.
Sheesh. Yeah, dude, that's crucial because like I felt all that. I appreciate you sharing as well. And like I wanted to ask you because like self-care that looks different with everyone's day-to-day routine is so different, and like it all boils down to like what is your spirit leading you towards? Like literally listening to our spirit is so key. Not our feelings. Let's not get it twisted here. Right. There's moments where like this morning, for example, one of my health coach mentors, we met online 2 years ago. This is the first time we met in person. I woke up at 5 and off rip, like I hit snooze. I'm giving it a buck. I hit snooze because usually I wake up at 6. I'm like, all right, hit snooze, and I woke up again. I'm like, oh, I can cancel, and I could go back to sleep. But I'm like, nah, man, like, wake up, get out of bed, talk to your father, and get going. It's early, but you probably won't meet this woman and her husband for a while.
Yeah.
So get out your feelings. I learned this quote: align everything with God's word, not your feelings.
I love that. So true. It's so true.
And it's not easy.
No.
But once we have that awareness and that peace, and now it's just like, okay, so what's early? I'm so glad and grateful I'm able to talk to my daddy. And the fact he woke us up another day, it's like, all right, bet. Stop thinking about yourself. Get your butt out of bed, buddy. To the side, and then go ahead and meet this amazing person that blessed you with being a health coach. And yeah, man, it's again, like, and then after that, worship and the word and hydration, and again, everyone's routine is so different anyway. But
and it's hard. It's hard to have a routine. It's hard to stay on a routine. I mean, half of the time, the meditating and the stillness, I don't want to do that. I'm not a still person. I don't want to, but I know that like that's my time to connect with my higher self, my higher power. I know, it's crucial time. Do I want to do it? No. There's every single day I want to skip it, but I can't. And if I do, which again, we're all, human. If I do notice a difference, in my day. So it's just something that I think for people, if they're having a hard time with self-care or figuring it out, it's like spend some time journaling and writing out kind of, again, like what your soul is pulling you to, like, what do you really feel pulled to do? And for me, sometimes I feel like with social media, people post their routines or their morning routine or their night routine. And I actually think too, it's like, if you see someone post on Instagram, a morning routine, and you're like, oh my God, that looks so good. Maybe you might need to do some of whatever they're doing, start incorporating that and just see how you feel. And I think it's just like, with that stuff, it really is self-care. I think sometimes when people think about self-care, they think about just like skincare, hair care, at least me, you know, I'm like, all right, what, you know, just how to keep yourself looking rejuvenated and this and that. But it's just so much more than that. Like, I feel like as I get older, I realize it's so much more about your brain health, you know, your body. Like, really, when I think about self-care, I think about that, like going to take a workout class, going to yoga, going for a walk, like journaling. Like, it's that is all such important self-care that we all need.
She's just talking about it, man. Oh, that's so great. This conversation. See, that's the thing. Like, it's a blessing to like be on a platform like this where we're chopping it up.
Yeah,
we're just chopping it up and like conversation, fruit conversation, abundance conversation is to help anybody that listens elevate. You know, because like you said, like our parents or the older generation, they may have not been aware on how to take care of themselves, but it starts with us. Now, look what we're doing. Janaye, we're on a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And we can bless generations ahead as well, being resourceful with the resources God, you know, blessed us with as well. And just like there's so many resources out here
Mm-hmm.
that we have access to. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing.
You know what I'm saying? All right.
Yeah.
Next question. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, because I know you're of your faith.
Mm-hmm.
How important is it to have a relationship with the Most High God?
It's so important. I mean, it's funny because it's an interesting topic for me because I feel like I've always been, you know, I'm not a religious person, I would say. Like, I have for years identified with more of the universe and, you know, the universe basically. And, you know, talking to the universe and all that. And manifestation. But recently, I would say over the past year, I've really been diving more into building my relationship with God and just understanding that, like, I can talk to him and that, you know, and now I'm just trying to connect. That's like a lot of like my walks in the morning. It's like, you know, connecting, asking for signs. You know, I believe that my angels are always around me. The universe is always working in my favor, but that also means him too, you know? And I think that like, really, I've been trying to build a relationship with him more. So I feel like it definitely means a lot to me moving forward. Cause I can't do anything without him. And I think I've been in a place this past year for me where so many things have been happening that are so, like, you just want to ask why. Like, you're like, why is this happening? Why is this happening? Why is this happening? You know, and I feel like I feel myself always trying to control things. And it's like, then I realize, I'm like, wait a minute. No. He's got me. You know, he's got me. I'm right where I need to be. There's a message that he's sending me, kind of like what we were talking about earlier, just being like isolated or having, you know, being in certain situations and being like, what's going on? He's doing it like to help you, you know? And I think I've just started to have a lot more patience and a lot more peace, being like, okay, this is not the greatest situation, but I know that this is his doing and I'm not mad. I'm just looking for the message in this whole thing so that I can continue to move on to what I want, you know? And really just trusting in him, you know, that he's leading me to something. A lot of the times I don't get the things that I want. And instead of being like mad, I'm like, okay, you know what? Maybe it's because, not maybe, but it's because something better is coming. Because it's in his hands. Like he's got something up his sleeve and it's even better. And I think it's just so amazing when you realize that and you really trust in him and just kind of give it to him. It's like, okay, take this, help me out. And I can't wait to see the magic that's on the other side of this, you know? So that's kind of where I'm at with it.
Oh, yes. And I'm so glad you operated in truth because I'm all about truth. And for those that know me, you already know how I move, bro. I'm going to keep it a buck. That's just what it is. A lot of our generation and a lot of the millennial, a lot of the millennials, I'm 30 or 31, we Nah, hold up. Millennials in general, because I'm not gonna include myself with that, but I was on that type of time where I'm like, I believe in God, but like, um, I'm going ahead and attach my beliefs and other things, and I realized like there's so many lost people where everyone wants to be a part of something. So it's beyond our own understanding to realize like Yah is up in heaven, looking down with his son chilling right next to him as well. And millennials, because there's so many different things on social media. Like, I'm gonna attach myself to the universe, but we gotta really reflect here. But let's talk. See, here we go. Because look, Lily says it in Genesis. In the beginning, Elohim created the heavens and the earth. Yes, there's more than one heaven. And like what you said, I'm not religious. I'm not a Christian. I detach myself from Christianity. I'm a Hebrew. Because that's what the Bible is focused on. It's about the Hebrew faith. And then it does talk about religion, though. That's a whole different rabbit hole. But again, it goes back to your journey and your relationship where, like, there's a lot of people that want to be like, yo, I believe in the universe. All right, bet. Who created it, bro?
Right.
It says it. In the beginning, Elohim created the heavens and the earth. And that's a whole different rabbit hole, too. We're going to get into that because it's crazy. But I do want to express something. I'm proud of you because not only you came to that conclusion, the Most High at one point convicted you. Like, all right, sis, no, like, I exist. So come to me. You're my daughter. Proverbs 3, verse 4 through 7. So shall you find favor and good understanding in the sight of Elohim and man. Elohim's Hebrew for God. Trust in Yahuwah, his original name, by the way, of the Father, with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your path. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct the path. So you mean to tell me, Father, you just need me to acknowledge you and trust you, and you're going to direct my path? Because look, Isaiah 55:8, for my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, says Yah. Bro, he knew us before.
Yeah.
Here's what's going to mind. I was on service yesterday, God-10 service on Saturdays. That's Sabbath. That's the rest day. That's the 7-day Saturday. It's in the book. You read in Exodus and a couple chapters. And this dude said, Moray Rick, he said, since Yah created man in our image, this is crazy. He already knew of our existence. So technically, me and you, I'm just not 30. You're just not 31. We're probably thousands of years.
Oh, yeah.
But in the present time, we're 30 because our born day, when we came out the womb of our mothers, that's when our flesh was born. But our spirit has been born.
It's been here. I mean, my mom actually, you know, I think people have their opinions on this, but my mom is she is into astrology, but she's into really spiritual things. Like, she talks about the soul's path and how, like, in my life, there's people, like, I don't know if you believe this, but it's like there are people that you have contracts with that you were meant to be reconnected with because you have unfinished business from a past life. Like, there are a lot of people and things that, like, you know, like we've definitely known each other in a different life. You know, I'm dying to know, like, you know, the relationship or how we met each other or whatever, but it's like that you have soul contracts with every single person that comes into your life, and they're all predetermined. And a lot of them are from past lives that are being redone or coming back into your life in a different way. But, you know, I think, so I totally agree with that. And I think for me, another reason why I feel like I have this new, or this feeling towards this topic is like, I went through a crazy, not crazy, but it's a very long relationship. And it was a very serious relationship. And, you know, it broke off and it was really hard. And I actually went to a psychic who I know very well. And she's very, you know, very spiritual. And she actually said, she's like, you know, God, and it actually like slapped me in the face. And I think this is when I realized, like, I gotta just go with this. Like, I gotta just like lean into this. She was like, no, every single thing that's happened, God needed it to, like, it all of this was orchestrated. Like, he did all of this. Like, all this hurt, like, it was supposed to happen because you needed to fall on your knees and you needed to, you know, it not in a bad way, but you needed to reinvent yourself. He needed to break you for you to find your inner confidence, for you to find this, for you to find that. And I feel like the way she explained it to me and through him, I was like, okay, you know, because before that, again, it was such like a shallow way of thinking of like, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? Why did this not work? Why did this not work? And then when you get a different perspective and it's like, no. Like, he's okay up there. Like, he's not, you're frantic. He knew this was all going to happen, you know, because he needed to for you to learn X, Y, Z. And it just happened to be in the form of that not working or that scenario or whatever the case is. But, you know, that's it. You know, she was like, you know, the past 10 years, he's been throwing you into like fires almost. But it's only because you needed to he wanted to reprogram you. You know, you had a lot of limiting beliefs growing up. We needed to start slaying those one by one putting you in different scenarios. Like, it was just so interesting the way she explained it to me. And so after that, I was like, you know what? Yeah, I need to it made me really realize, like, even when I feel like my world is falling apart, I have this inner peace. Like, I'm good. Like, of course, you know what I mean? We have emotion. Like, of course, we're going to be sad or whatever. But it's like, I do have this deeper inner emotion feeling where I'm like, he's going to give me signs. I just need to make sure I keep, you know, I stay connected with him. I talk with him. I listen. And I know that whatever is happening, there is a higher purpose for it. And sometimes it's not even for you. Like, sometimes even for my business and network marketing, it's like, sometimes things will happen to me. And in reality, some of our lessons that you and I learn aren't even necessarily for us. They're for us to help someone else. You know what I mean? So sometimes I'm like, I feel like I'm going through X, Y, Z. And like, sure, maybe there's like 2 things I need to learn from the scenario, but I'm almost going through it because someone else somewhere in the next like couple months or something's going to come up where whatever I went through, I'm going to be in front of this person and I'm going to have to tell them X, Y, Z, and that's going to change their life because I went through it. Like, that's how my mind goes. So I just have this, like, you know, I don't talk about it too much, but I do have this deeper understanding of him and this relationship that I'm building and this trust, you know?
Oh man, that is so beautiful. And like 2 things just popped in my head. 1, I'm proud of you. And then 2, the Most High, he's going to reveal a lot of more things to you. I would encourage you as well. Pray on it. Dive into the word.
Mm-hmm.
That's also how he speaks to us. And something, like you said, peace.
Mm-hmm.
The Most High, that's his spirit. Galatians 5:22, it says this, but the fruit of the Ruach is Hebrew for Holy Spirit. The fruit of the Holy Spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering. We're going to come back to that in a little bit. Gentleness, goodness, and faith. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 fruits. Ain't that ironic?
Mm-hmm.
He created everything in 7 days and he rested, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about long suffering. This ain't commonly talked about. I did an episode recently. That's a fruit of the spirit.
Yeah.
Long suffering leads to having faith.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be faithful. You have to trust him in the midst of the long suffering, in the midst of the pruning, when things don't make sense. But you know everything's gonna make sense because he's like, yo, daughter, my son, why are you tripping? I got you.
Wow. It's like, what are you freaking out about? Like, just do what I need you to do. Like, no, I know. I think about it all the time. I'm like, okay, so it really hasn't been like, it's been the past year that I really feel like I've been like, okay.
That's amazing.
There's a reason, you know?
Yo, oh, this is so good, dude. So I want to, this is not even a question I have for you, but like, if you don't mind sharing, because this probably can really change a life here. If you're comfortable enough sharing, I know you said you was in a relationship, right? With this man, you were deep into it, like, you know, what, a couple years or whatever?
Yeah, 5 years.
Wow. Okay. So at that time, did you feel like, okay, hold up, this is the man I'm probably going to marry? And also, once things broke off, what did that feel like for you? And how did you get back to finding you? Because now being with someone for so long, 5 years, you're invested in that person too. And then, like, I'm sure it feels like a part of you was torn into pieces. Like, if you don't mind sharing that, like, what did that look like for you? Of like, dang, what happened? Like, why am I feeling this way? And then how do you get back to getting back to you and like the healing? What did that look like?
Yeah, so I think, you know, when it first ended, because we also, you know, I think for anyone, I mean, this can be for girl, boy, but like, you know, when you live with someone also for a long time, it's, you know, it's a different ball game, you know, physically living with someone. So I think when it ended, you know, I really did put a lot of my eggs in one basket. I moved I moved everything. I really made my relationship my priority and, you know, changed a lot of my life to make the relationship work. So when it ended, yeah, I was definitely shattered. I was heartbroken. I think for me, it was more a disappointment. I think, you know, when you're in your 30s now, you know, I started that relationship when I was 26. So, you know, it was still kind of young, but, you know, getting into 30, I mean, I think we all kind of have a vision for what we want our 30s to look like. I think all of us have this idea of perfect scenario of, you know, I want to get married and I want to this and I want to do this, you know, and so of course, as anyone would, especially any female, but you know, guys are the same way. You guys don't talk about it that often, but I know the same way. But like, you know, we map out our whole future. So I think I did that. And I really was confident that we were going to be together. So I think having it end the way it did and having it be something where it was a lack of trust, it was action, you know, being taken that on his end that was obviously not okay in a serious relationship. So it was just hard. I think it was failure. But I had matured so much in the relationship, thankfully, from network marketing and doing personal development that I actually took a lot of responsibility for, you know, regretting like, oh, did we not communicate enough? I wish I actually listened a little bit more. You know, did we not do this? You know, like I was more disappointed that we had failed and we couldn't continue to work it out. That was really, really hard for me. And I think, you know, I got to a place where, you know, he was my best friend. I kind of isolated myself from all of my relationships prior to. So also coming out of it now, I felt very alone because I kind of just let all my other relationships kind of dwindle away. And so that was really hard. It was very isolating. It was very lonely. And it was very, to be honest, just like my self-confidence was non-existent. And I just had a lot of questions like, why did this happen to me? You know, again, like before I kind of found my footing, it was just why this, why that, why this, why that. And so it was really, really, really tough. You know, moving back in with my mom at 30, I was just like, this is the worst case scenario that could possibly happen to me. But where I pivoted and how I started to find myself was through having, to be honest, that psychic reading. It was about a couple months after we had broken up, and she explained to me, no, everything that happened, God needed it to be this way. You know, you needed this, you needed that. That helped me a little bit. And then I think just, again, like, to be honest, self-care pulled me out of it. Pouring myself into something that I could control in the moment. So for me, I got really serious about my fitness goals, really serious about my business. You know, I think network marketing saved me in a lot of ways after that breakup, because it gave me something to pour all of myself into instead of being distracted by what had just happened to me. So, you know, I did still feel the feelings of everything. I didn't avoid anything, but I had a community with my business. You know, I was pouring into my mindset. I, you know, hired a personal trainer. So I was having someone hold me accountable with a fitness routine. And I think through growing my business, you know, working with the trainer, staying, you know, just honestly trying to better myself as a person, it helped me. I feel like if you're doing anything, whether it's you getting out of a relationship or just you in life, when you're progressing, you're seeing results in your business, in your mindset, in your relationships, in your body, you're excited. Like, I feel like I was seeing growth in all these areas because I just shifted my focus to me. And I think it started to kind of dwindle away a little bit, you know, I think, but I will say it's taken me about a year to get over it. And I just feel like I recently, like very recently, have gotten to a place where I'm like, I think I'm over that situation. Wow. And, you know, again, I think when you're with someone for a long time, especially someone that you lived with, it does feel like you're mourning a loss of someone, especially someone that was your best friend and you were with every day. And it kind of feels like a divorce. So, you know, I listened to a podcast recently and a woman was saying that, you know, she's like, yeah, it literally is almost like you're mourning someone. I'm like, yeah, that's what it feels like. It's like comes and goes in waves, you know, and I don't know if it'll ever go away, but I've just gotten peace that was not right for me. And, you know, I think, again, I just have this inner peace now that like everything happened the way it's supposed to. It hasn't been my cookie cutter timeline, but of course God laughs when you have a timeline. He's like, nope, I got you, girl. I know what the timeline is. So I think, you know, I've been a little upset, like, oh, well, I thought I was going to have this by now and this by now, but I just have now been like, okay, you know, there was definitely things in the relationship that I had to work on for myself to be a better person for the next person. So really I focused on bettering that because I'm like, all right, well, you know, when he does present the right person to me, my soulmate, I want to be ready, you know, and have grown since that last relationship. And if I just focus on that, then I know I'll be good and I'll be prepared for the next one. So that's kind of how it was for me, but it's not easy for anyone to go through something like that. But I think that, you know, if you really can start focusing on yourself and pouring into you, at first it might feel like revenge. You know how they call it like a revenge body? At first it might feel a little like that, but then you start to be so obsessed with like the daily routine and all the things you're doing. You start seeing results. So you start to shift from angry to like, wait, I feel good. I look good. I'm happy, you know, and it just starts to dwindle away.
Yo, that is so beautiful.
Yeah, thank you.
And I am proud of you. Again, dude, and it's like that, like that's like raising a child. 5 years, 5 or even 6, you know what I'm saying? Like 5 years, that's like a child, you know? And like the fact you accepted what the Most High revealed to you, like, oh, hold up, bro, like that wasn't your will. And you see, he got to break us down before he builds us back up. And I'm excited for once you start studying that word, you're learning all the prophets in the Bible. They went through the trenches. Yah, the Most High, blessed Moses. Moses was like, I'm not qualified to lead the children of Israel out of Egypt. I got a speech impediment. Yah was like, nah, you're chosen.
Yeah.
Here, I'm gonna use your brother Aaron to speak on behalf because you got that speech impediment. And then go ahead and use your staff and split that Red Sea, my boy. And you go ahead and lead those lost children of Israel out of Egypt because I chose you. And he trusted. So like, yeah, man, like, even the toughest times we feel are tough at that time, there's no other explanation. Like, all right, how can I get through this? God.
Yeah.
That's the only way.
100%. Like it was just no way. And I just like I'm so grateful for network marketing, like for real, just because I can't imagine, going to a job or just not having like something I'm so passionate about, because I feel like it would have absorbed me. Like the breakup would have been the only thing I could think about. You know what I mean? And I feel like people go down such a spiral in a bad way when they don't really have anything else that like lights them up that they can focus on when they're going through something like that. And so for me, I'm so grateful that I had something that needed my attention. I couldn't put it on the back burner. I had people that I was mentoring, it's like I had to show up and try to be the best version of myself every day, despite what was going on. And I'm so grateful for that, because it was like the best distraction in a way. But it also, it fueled me. I mean, I hit the top 1% of my company after that happened. Like a lot of things started to kind of align, once I kind of broke that. So it's just like, if anyone's going through something like that, you gotta really just dig your heels in and be like, okay, this is going to be a roller coaster of emotions, and this is going to be really crazy a healing process, but you got to focus on a couple things that really like lift you up and just focus on that,
Wow.
Get better.
That's key. And you see, it's so important to ask type of questions, because like I take notes, man. Like I've been taking notes on my iPad. It's like, because it's like these notes could be for somebody else too. This podcast is for others as well. I'm learning a lot too through your testimony alone, and I want to provide this encouragement, Janaye. Okay, just really know, okay, since you are a daughter of the Most High, right? Continue to nurture yourself. Continue to stay rooted and grounded and build that intimate relationship with the Most High. And here's why too. Stay patient, because it's in the book. It's written in the word. Proverbs 18:22. Ready for it? You ready to receive?
I'm ready.
I'm excited for you when he does reveal this kingdom husband to you, a spiritual awakened man, right? Because look, Proverbs 18:22. Who woman finds a good thing and obtains favor of Yahuwah the Most High? I'm gonna read that again. Whoso finds a woman finds a good thing. So the man that finds a woman finds that good thing, not not searching, but is pursuing, that means that man has obtained favor from the Most High. Do you understand that? So this man out here divinely orchestrated, we're just in the waiting room right now.
Mm-hmm.
He is coming probably soon. So he's gonna find that good thing, which is you, because he's gonna be a pursuer. It's by nature.
Mm-hmm.
Man is here to pursue. And as a man, you obtain favor from Yah. That means he loves you so much that he's gonna trust you to be a good steward because the man found that good thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you're that good thing.
Yeah,
best believe that for sure. So continue to buckle up, boss up.
I am.
Get your bag and just stay patient. And it's really fascinating, and I'm excited for you because it's like, yeah, man, like obtaining favor from y'all, and it's gonna come just like that. And then it's just gonna be so cool. And like it's even man, wives submit to your husbands, but husband love your wife as you love church.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You gotta think, God is the head. Who's the head for let's talk. Okay. I'm just breaking it down. Now I'm gonna ask the question. It goes God the head, then it goes the Messiah.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that the son's head is his father, what's next? Man. So now man has to acquire the identity of the Messiah and have all the fruit of the Spirit as well, and study the Messiah, Yahushua HaMashiach, because man's head is the son. Once that man comes into your life, sis, you're good.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Me too. I'm excited for you. Do it.
Yeah, it's been a long, lonely road, but what's another couple months? You know what I mean? What's another whatever, But I know it'll come when it's supposed to. So
yeah, there's beauty in the singleness, man.
Yeah. Time to myself. It's a lot, and it's great. I mean, listen, I have friends that are married and have kids and are in serious relationships, and it's great. And I can't wait for that. But there are definitely a lot of moments now where I'm like, wow, I actually like my time by myself. There's a lot that has come out of being isolated, just learning more about me, and how I need to love myself and be in my own space and enjoy that. So I think I needed that too. It wouldn't have been right if I had jumped into something else, like I needed the time. So I kind of joke about it a little bit, but I do, I'm good with my alone time.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate you sharing that. Let's switch gears. We got deep.
Really?
I knew this. I knew
it.
This is so great. Okay, I'm gonna intertwine these questions, right? Okay. Why network marketing? Why online business? And why Monet? And then we get to scale a 6-figure business. So let's take things step by step. So let's talk about it.
Yeah. So why network marketing? I mean, I feel like this industry is one of the best industries for people that want different and want change and want to grow and want to be the best versions of themselves. I think this is the biggest equalizer, is what my mentor always says. And I love that. I think that like this industry is the biggest equalizer for people. Like I said, I didn't get a degree. I went to college for dance for 2 years, and then I left and I went to a community college, and then I never finished. And I think that I love this industry because it doesn't matter if you have a degree. It doesn't matter what level of education you have. It doesn't matter if you were a good student. It doesn't matter. Like none of that matters here. You decide what you want your future to look like here, and you can create whatever you want. And I think there's no one telling you can't. Everyone's so encouraging. And, usually in the network marketing space, there's an uncapped earning potential. So again, when it comes to creating what you want, there are people that are making multiple millions of dollars that have no degree, that didn't even graduate high school, and are like, so it's just, I think I love the industry because it challenges. There's nothing wrong with the 9-to-5 corporate world, but it just challenges that type of way and shows you that there is a different way. And it allows you to be creative. It allows you to build something that's yours. And I think now in this world, especially after COVID, you realize that like your 9-to-5 can quit you at any point. So I almost think also, as someone, even if you do love your corporate job, most people are in a position where they are looking for an additional source of income. This is something where, again, like no matter what, this is yours. And, no one can take it away from you. You built it, And so I just love this industry because I just feel like it really is an equalizer for people, and it gives opportunity to people that might not, that might not have an opportunity out there in the world, or they might not think that they do. They could come into this, decide they want to learn, decide they want to grow, decide they want to learn sales and just the ins and outs, and they can create something for themselves and quickly too. It's not a get rich overnight thing, but this is something that, again, it can really change your life in a short period of time if you want it to.
Period.
Yeah. And I love it. I think it's crazy to me. Like, I really do think there's so many gifted people that, again, it requires skill set and you have to build it here. But there's so many people that have the work ethic that they don't think they have the brains, but it's just because they never studied something that they actually were passionate about. But they do have the brains and the work ethic and the why and the vision that they really, if they came into this, they would change their life, So that's why I continue to share it. You just never know. So that's why network marketing, in my opinion. What was the other question? Why Monet?
Why Monet? Let's talk about your company.
So, oh my gosh, this company. So I think for me, listen, I think the beauty. Okay, so when I was like assessing this whole thing before I got into this company, I wasn't open to network marketing in the beginning. Then I realized what it was doing for women and how it was changing lives. Then I got open to the idea. But I think why I love this company is because it's a consumable product and it's in the beauty industry. And I didn't know this when I joined. So I joined in October of 2019 at the very last 2 days of the month. But it was before TikTok. It was before like Instagram Reels. We were on Instagram, but it wasn't like that. So for me, I feel like now the beauty industry is insane. The beauty industry is evolving and it's growing at a rapid pace, not just in Monat, but just in general, through social selling, through TikTok, through Instagram. And so I think when it comes to network marketing and it comes to partnering with a company, I think this company is the best because it's hair care, it's shampoo. Like no matter what is going on in the world, I know. I mean, you could say, yeah, you too, actually. Boy, women, men, I don't care who has what. We are not going to ever stop buying shampoo. Like if I was down to my last $100, that is going to this, something else. I don't even care. It's going to that before food. I'll eat ramen for a week. As long as my hair and I feel good about myself, I'm good. And so I think for me, when I think about this company and just being partnered with this, you want to be with something that's essential. Like shampoo is essential. Face wash is essential. Wellness, we do have wellness. That's not necessarily essential, right? It's a luxury. Wellness, supplements, things like that. they're needed, but I feel like they're a little bit more of a luxury. But, shampoo and skincare, that's pretty essential for almost everyone, especially women. So for me, that's one of the reasons why I chose this company, is because I looked at it from a long-term perspective, and I realized that like it's never going to go anywhere. There's never not going to be a need for that. It's not trendy. This isn't trendy. It's essential. And then I think the company itself, I mean, I really also looked at the CEOs, the people that run the company. I love the people that are a part of this company in the leadership. Our CEOs, our founder, they're the most incredible people ever. They are so sweet, so generous. They're a family. They're from Venezuela, and they came here with nothing. They started this company debt-free though, and they just rocked with it. And, they're 10 years in, and it's a multi-billion-dollar brand. And throughout all of their success, they're the most humble, down-to-earth people. And they just want to see people win. And they're so passionate about changing lives. And it's beautiful to see. And I love them. Like I really, really do. And, even though I'm not an employee, right? I'm a distributor for the company. They just go above and beyond to make you feel so special. And I think when it does come to everyone, and you were actually talking about it earlier, like people want to be a part of something and they want to feel good. And I think even in retail, I stayed loyal to the companies I worked with because I loved my clients. I loved my staff. But, I feel like when it came to the leadership, like the top, not great people, not a great feeling. It's not a great feeling when you're working for someone that you're like, oh, you're not really a good person. Like, you don't really care about me, like I feel like you have an extra pep in your step when you know that people really genuinely want you to win and they care about you. And I just feel like they do this incredible job of, and there's like 400,000 maybe distributors in the US. Like, and there's a lot of people that are, partnered with this company, but they just do their absolute best to really try to make sure that everyone feels seen and heard. And I just feel like it's something I've literally never seen anywhere else. So, between this being one of the best brands in the beauty industry, with the most incredible products, I just think that the company itself and the foundation and the people that are leading it are absolutely incredible.
Sheesh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And, I gotta edify. I'm a part of Monet. I'm a customer. Product is amazing. That skincare, you know what I'm saying? One of my business partners. Well, I'm not building a business. I'm a customer. But shout out to the people that put me on. Alicia Blanco. She's the one that put me. She's one of a good friend of mine, and Jennifer. You know what I'm saying? And I've been on some of your calls. Love and support. And I listened to It's Ray, right?
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's different. Like he cares a lot, and he's holding it down for his family. He's leading in righteousness. He's applying that good book to be a provider for his family, but being a servant. He accepted the assignment to be a servant. And y'all products are amazing, man. The discounts will go crazy. That's why I became one of the reasons I became a market partner. To be honest, like the discounts.
Mm-hmm.
The discounts will go crazy. You could be a VIP if you want. No, bro, be an MP. So that's good. Yo, sis, homie, homeboys, homegirls, hit up my people.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to it,
it's good.
You know what I'm saying? Hit up. I hit up Janaye. Hit up Alicia. Service to y'all, man. The product is amazing. Hair care, skin care. Hey man, say man, and I've studied y'all company. It's just dope, and the compensation go crazy with the incentives and the bonuses as well.
Oh yeah.
Just we could go on and on. So I respect heavy, and the reason why too, like your company has been around the same time my company has been around too, and
Mm-hmm.
like we both started. I am Master Academy and Janaye started the exact same year, and we're still standing. Not many network marketing companies are still standing. I truly believe like y'all for sure one of the companies that's gonna be still standing way for
Mm-hmm.
sure. And
Yeah.
hey, I'm grateful to be a part of a company, two companies that's on the same type of time because we're reaching to that longevity of like 20, 30, 50 plus years. You feel me?
Yeah. Oh
That's
yeah.
huge.
No, it's really good. It's all about, they're just they do things the right way. And I think there's a lot of temptation for a lot of companies right now to cut corners and there's a lot of temptations, I think. And they always choose, it might hurt them, but it helps us. And I love that. They always choose us as much as they possibly can. They'll always choose us and they'll take the hit a little bit. And I love that, especially me being in the top 1%. We have really good calls with Rick, with our CEO, and he's very transparent. And if there's anything that we ask or any concern he will 100% address and explain and elaborate and you just feel like, wow, these people really always just want to do things the right way. They know that the root of this is giving back and impact and changing our lives. And there's a sense of peace. There's a sense of peace there where you just know that you're working with the right people. So I'm very blessed that I'm part of it.
All praise to the Most High, man. That's amazing.
Yeah.
What would some advice be, just in general though, to really your business and like, what does that take?
Yeah. So as some advice, I mean, you have to have a really strong why and you have to have a vision for what it is that you want. You have to. And it has to be something that, in my opinion, at least how I work and most people work is, you have to have this belief that that you can do it. You might not know how, you might not know when it's going to happen, but you have to have belief that you can do it. And with that, you just have to have a strong vision, and you have to have a vision you have to have a long-term vision, but that doesn't really get you up, to work. I think what gets you to do the action is you got to have some milestone goals that are almost like a little too far away, so it forces you to get out of your comfort zone and run for it, but not too far away where it paralyzes you because you think it's never going to happen. Like, you got to be able to find that sweet spot where you're like, that seems a little too far, but it's like just close enough that I'm willing to go for it. That is what I have done to build my business at every level, right? So me, getting my car, that was my first goal when I started. We have a motor club program in the company, and I wanted the Cadillac that you could earn because I had never really had a luxury car before, ever. I've always had to buy my cars, and they were always old cars because that's all I could afford. And so when I saw the Cadillac, I wanted that. And again, if you ever to look at the compensation plan, it's halfway through it. So it wasn't too far away. Like I realized like, oh, okay, I could probably do that. Is it going to happen my first month? No, but I got it done in my first 5. So it was like, okay, boom, there's that. Then it's like you reset the tone and you go for another one that's a little far away. It kind of scares you, makes you stretch, but you run for it, right? And you put a timeline on it a little bit. So I think that's a piece of advice, is just find little milestones that force you to stretch, that get you towards it. And then I also think another tip especially in this industry and with anything. Maybe you're a business owner and you just are growing a business for yourself. Tell people your goals. I think, when I was first growing my business and was running through the ranks, I will say the person that I was dating and living with, I almost felt like not that he was never negative about it or anything, but it was like people watch you. It's like you could say you want something, well, like they're gonna watch and see if you actually do it. And I think for me, it was really important to really tell people, like, yo, I'm getting this car. Like, I'm getting it, and there's a different feeling when you tell people that. Some of them might want you to get it. Some of them actually secretly might not want it to work out for you, because there's some of those. But I'm telling you, if you go out there and you tell people what you want, you have to do it, right? At least me. I'm one of those where I'm like, if I say that I'm going for something, I feel like now everyone's like, is she doing it? Like they're checking in. So I think that when you're growing something, it can be very intimidating and scary to do, but you gotta tell people that you want that. And I promise you will figure out how to get there. So those are two really big things when it comes to building that I think are so important and will fuel you. When you don't feel like it, you'll remember, oh my gosh, I told this person that I was going to leave this job in the next 6 months. I better get something done today, because that person's going to be waiting, and they're going to remember that 6 months ago you said that you weren't going to be here anymore. So for me, at least, that's what helped me grow my business in the beginning. And then I think throughout the process, a couple things that helped me scale it to 6 figures, I would say, is training people and developing people and building people up. In this business, like I said in the beginning, you can't get anywhere without developing other people and helping other people win. And this isn't about you. And so the more people that you can develop and help, the faster you're going to grow your business to 6 figures or whatever that milestone is for you. So I think, you have to be in this place of like, okay, how can I, duplicate my systems? How can I help more people? How can I equip people to become leaders? That really is the foundation of this, in my opinion, is really being able to build an army of leaders, people that also have their own, right? It's not your business. Yes, they're part of my organization, but you want them to build their own community of 1,000 people. You want them to build something just as big as yours for themselves. So I think helping people do that is the best way to grow in this industry, and really lifting up other people. So those are like my main things that I think you have to think about when you're growing a business, especially in this industry. And then I think even if you're not in this industry, I think that those things are so important. Like anything. I look at like, I get inspiration from so many different people, not in our industry, like athletes. Me watching like the men's basketball Olympics, like I'm so inspired. Like I'm like, these people, like they, it's like even them winning yesterday, it's like they're not winning. They all check their ego at the door, really. Like they can't win unless they all play together. Like they have to be a team. They have to build on each other's strengths, in order to get the gold, right? They're all incredible. And that's why I love the Olympics. And I'm really into basketball. But that's why I love it, though, because they're all so powerful on their own, by themselves, But they can't, like, they can still give each of them, they can, like, use their, like, they all have their own little flair and spark, and they can still have that. But as mega elite basketball players, they have to leave it almost out the door they have to bring the confidence, but leave the ego and be like, all right, we're here as a team. It's not about me. It's not about him. It's about all of us. And I think that's why they were so on fire the whole time. And so I just think that there's so many things that you can learn from other people that you can apply to this, that in any industry, if you want to be the best at anything, there's certain characteristics and things that you need that will serve you well to get to where you want to be. And I take a lot of my inspiration from other industries too, when it comes to my advice giving, for sure.
Wow. Yo, those are some freaking keys, dude. That's lit. I felt all that.
Yeah.
Next question. Yo, that's what it is. That cool. Hey man, Holy Spirit.
Amen. Yeah.
Besides business, what does Janaye enjoy doing, and how important is decompression and finding?
What was the second question?
Besides business, what do you enjoy doing? Like, what does Janaye enjoy doing besides business, right? And how important is it to decompress and find your own rhythm, your divine rhythm?
Yeah. So what do I like to do? I love to work out. I love to go to a class or the gym or a walk. I live in Tampa now, so I'm like hot girl walks all year, baby. So I'm out here walking everywhere. So I love working out. I love moving my body. I love to shop, and I love to just chill. Like, I am a very chill person. I like to just lay by the pool or go to the beach. And if I'm not doing that, I'm with my friends. Well, I'm building friendships here, but I'm, with my friend. My best friend lives here. Her babies live here with her here. And so I hang out with them a lot and I get to spend time with them. They're like extended family to me. So that's what I like to do in my spare time. And I think when it comes to decompressing and just all of that, I mean, I think your morning and nighttime routine is crucial. So my nighttime routine is also, it's a must for me. I try my hardest to get off my phone at a certain time. My skincare is it. Me reading is it. It depends on what I'm reading. Sometimes I get too hyped about what I'm reading and then I start getting, and I can't go to bed. Like, I'll have all these ideas coming to me. So sometimes I like to do my reading at night. Most of the time it has to be in the morning though, because I'm like ready to go after I read. I'm like motivated and hyped. But I like to decompress. I love music. So I grew up actually, this is like a whole different ball game topic, but my dad is a musician. So I grew up with music my whole life. So I love winding down with music, nice, just like some soul jazz, like low, that's the vibe night. Oh, and just low music, some tea, skincare, bed. Like, that's really how I wind down. Sometimes I listen to like a night meditation or something to fall asleep. There was a point in time, if anybody is really trying to, I don't know, get your bag, get your money bag. There was a point in time where I was falling asleep to Bob Proctor every single night. I don't know why I stopped. It was last year, probably, no, maybe beginning of 2023. And I was really deep in reading and listening to Think and Grow Rich and Bob Proctor. So I really do sometimes like to do night meditations too, to fall asleep. So that's kind of how I like to decompress.
That's solid, dude.
Yeah.
See, I knew this podcast was gonna be lit. Yeah, man. Rest in peace with Bobby P. Yeah, he's been a huge impact in my life as well.
Yeah.
Just that's how I got. That's how. It was a huge blessing and honor. He partnered with our company, and he would do live stream sessions for us weekly.
Wow.
Yeah, that was different. Shout out Alex Morton. Alex Morton, that's his mentor, and yeah, he mentored Alex since yeah, Alex, because of Alex, he's the one that blessed our company with having Bob Proctor, having MMX Academy, Mindset Development Academy, and now there's other individuals that they pass the torch. So there's still mindset, personal development educators in honor of Bob, and we still have access to his recordings too, which is like, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah. Shout out Bobby P.
He is incredible. I think like for anybody that really, I don't know, maybe you have a hard time. If anyone has a like for sometimes I think when it comes to manifestation and understanding things, especially Think and Grow Rich, the book is very hard for me for some reason to read and digest and understand. Like it's really, I don't know why. It's not easy for me to understand that book, but I found him through just wanting to hear summaries of it more. And I just really love and connect with the simplicity of the way that Bob Proctor articulates things. Like it makes total sense to me. So if there is anybody that doesn't know who Bob Proctor is, go look him up on YouTube and, go through all of his stuff, especially if you just want a better understanding of Think and Grow Rich or just that whole topic. He really does a great job of simplifying like what a paradigm is and understanding how to shift your paradigm. And, he just is not, I think I have so many different people that I look at and I listen to, but there's some people that I'm like, I don't really understand what you're saying. They're using so many big words, so many, the terminology is just too advanced for me where I'm like, I'm lost. I have no idea what you're talking about. So like Joe Dispenza, love him, but it's like, there's a lot of like really big words. The way he articulates, it doesn't resonate with me. But if you put it in Bob Proctor's way of, showing his visuals and him explaining it, I'm like, okay, totally got it, get it, resonated. I'm down. So I love him.
That's valid.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I agree. Thank you for sharing that. Wow. All right, y'all. We're getting towards the end of this interview. Been a beautiful interview, man. Such a beautiful interview.
So good.
Thank you again so much. And I know this is gonna help a lot of people. I'm sure a lot of people's gonna have revelations just alone on this podcast. You ready for the bonus questions?
I'm ready. Let's go. I'm ready.
Favorite childhood cartoon?
I mean, Sesame Street. Does Sesame Street count? Because like that's aging me. Like Sesame Street. Sesame Street was it for me. Like I was riled by Sesame Street. Yeah. But then if we're talking cartoons, I didn't really do TV. It was more movies. Like I was like into like Hercules and Mulan, like in that era,
Say less. All right, let's transition to favorite movie of all time. Or you can list a couple, like 3, 5.
Oh, my favorite movies of all time? Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
that's a hard question. I don't even know. There's so many movies that I love. Honestly, that's a really hard question. It just depends. I'm all over the place. I love Pixar movies. Like I'm not like a weirdo. I'm like only like Pixar movies, but I do like them. Like the movie Soul. Yeah. Have you seen Soul?
That was really good. It's really good.
So good. So good. Brought tears. But then I love like have you ever seen the movie Django?
Yeah.
So good. Like, I don't know.
Jamie.
I just go all over the place. Like, I'm into some classics, I'm into some oldies, some new stuff, some Pixar. So,
Hey.
You know, I'm all over the place. I don't know. I'll just say that for now.
You can resonate. You can just meditate on that later.
Yeah.
Fun fact about Janaye.
I feel like me dancing. Like, I love to dance, and I never show that side of me. That is a fun fact. I have two fun facts. So dance is one. I can break it down. I love to dance. Yeah. You just never know it. If I'm in the right situation, I'm down. I will bust a move. That's a fun fact. The other fun fact is I used to model for Ford Agency when I was a child. So I was in Parents Magazine a lot. I was in a couple commercials for like Burlington Coat Factory. I did a lot of modeling when I was younger. And a lot of people don't know that about me. So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
All right. Vacation.
What'd you say?
Dream vacation.
Dream vacation. I really want to go. I don't know. This changes time. I would say I've been to Italy, but I really want to go back to Italy, like, and do Italy. Like, I've been to Italy, but I haven't really been able to do it the way I want. Like, I want to be there for like a month and a half and like do Italy.
Oh, sweet.
Do it all. Like the Amalfi Coast, I've never been there. Like, I've been to, a couple places, but I would say I want to dream. I want to go to Italy and like do it. Low key live there for a little.
Just do it like Nike, bro.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's freaking fire. Wow. That was my bonus questions.
Okay. Great.
Wow. This is cool. I'm gonna have a squirrel moment. Bro, this second energy drink kicked in like 10 minutes ago. Oh my gosh. Right now, yeah.
Always hit ya.
You see, I started getting close to the camera. I'm so intrigued. I was locked in, bro.
No, I'm so happy for you. That's the best. It's like, it's a wild feeling, but it's the best feeling. I love that. So I'm happy for you because now you're about to have the Zoomies after this. It's gonna be great. Happy for you.
Oh man, wow, Janaye Robinson, appreciate you so much.
Yeah,
this is great. Hey, for the listeners, man, I appreciate y'all love and support. I always rocking with your boy. And this is an amazing episode. This is an amazing, beautiful episode with a beautiful person, man. A hardworking woman. Really about this type of changing lives, man. And service to many is the greatness, and it's a blessing just to really, really just reach out and connect. It all started from social media, and like, I appreciate you. I'm proud of you, dude. And yeah, it's up from here. You know what I'm saying? So, but hey, y'all, I will catch y'all next time on another episode of the BroadWAY Podcast. And you know what type of time it is, man. Much love, always love, and nothing but love. Shalom, shalom. Let's get it. And
yes.
I will catch y'all.
Perfect.
Yeah. All right. Recording.